Okay, last thing to do, good old stock take. This is what's going to happen at the end of sale. So on the 5th or the 6th of November, you're going to do this. And you're going to do two types basically. One will be on paper, which you'll put with the stock and return back to the warehouse. The other will be with vend. They both take the same amount of time. In fact, you'll do one and that'll help you do this one. But here's how you do it on vend. So there's the screen you know. What you need to do is click on products, then click on stock control, and you'll go and you'll see the screen here. And then you click on inventory count. So this is where we're going to count our stock. And it's obviously going to be a new inventory count. Click on that. Put the date that you'll do this in. Obviously that's the date that I'm doing this recording and the time. This is your account name. Leave that blank, inactive products, because we've got none. And we're doing a full count, not a partial count. And then once you've clicked on all that, you just click start. So what this is going to do is run through all our stock that we've got, and it's going to say, here's all the stock that's left over in our system based on your transactions that you've been doing. And when you need to physically count, we need you to physically count that and make them match or just make a physical record for that. So there's two ways to do that actual physical count. Here is the line which unexpected, that's what's in the system, and counted is the part you're going to add to. So what you do is you just click on this and you see single fireworks gone to the top. There's 0 there, and you would click on 0 and press count. You'll see that that's got 0 there and 0 there, and this tick means that these two numbers match, and that's ideally what you want to be seeing all the way down here. If you see them different like this, by the way, these numbers that I've got in, they're not true and correct. This is the demo register that I've been using in all the other videos, so I'm going to have negative numbers in here. And the reason I've got negative numbers is because we didn't actually put any stock into this system when we were doing the demos. So that's why you're seeing the negative numbers. Ideally, you should be seeing positive numbers, but if you see anything that's different between, if you don't get that tick basically, that's a little bit of a question mark for you to go, hey, I've either lost some stock's gone missing, or I forgot to give it to somebody. Because here we'll record it. So for example, like this, what you want to do on this side though is actually count what you physically got, and then the discrepancies, that's how you can tell what you need to work on or go do some problem solving with. So I'm just going to go through this here. There's two ways, by the way, to get this up here. One is clicking on it like you've seen. I'm just going to press -1 just so that they match. Or you can physically type in here, and I'm just going to type in best, and then click that, and then obviously record whatever I've got with that. So I'm going to just press 0 just so I'm going to have one of them that's out. By the way, if you made a mistake and you went, oopsie, I've just stuffed that up. In fact, there was actually -5. You can go back up to the side here and just delete that button there. It's gone, and then you can count it again and go -5. Press count. There you go, and it's ticked. Happy days. So that's the way you can fix it. So I'll just quickly go through the rest of these so that I can show you what happens when you process this at the other end. And I will make it so that one of mine is wrong, so you can see what happens when that happens as well. But the rest of them I'll just try and match just to make it work. As a reminder, you're going to be putting in the actual stock amounts because you actually want to know where your stock's gone and why it's doing that. If I keep getting the ticks, by the way, what that just means, like I said, is that what's expected in the system is matching what I'm actually counting. By the way that the stuff got in here in the first place, so in the way that these numbers got in here at the very beginning in the expected, is we physically transferred stock at the very beginning when you got your first load of stock into your outlet or your register, and then every transaction you've been doing, you've been minusing that stock. And then every time we do a top up of stock, we've added that same amount of stock into your register. And this is a really good place for us to be able to go, hey, whoopsie, we didn't give you that, or we gave you that. See, we can prove it, and you can also see yourself where things are at. So anyway, we've filled out all those. They're all ticked, as you can see, and I've got one that's a discrepancy. It is, actually no, I haven't. So what I'll do is I'll make one. I'm going to say that I've got I've got Spark It Up. I'll go to Spark It Up. I'll cross that off, and I'll go back down to Spark It Up, and I'll put that I've got one in stock count, so you can see that. That's what it looks like when it doesn't match, because it's saying, hey, you've got a difference between yours and it. Anyway, what you do is once you finish that, you can always pause the count. It'll pause it, and then if you want to come back to it later, press progress, go back to where you just stopped, or you can review the count by pressing that. So what we do is we finished our count, we press the review button, and now what it's going to do is go through all its processes, do its counting, and it's going to say to me how I've now got the opportunity at this stage to go resume that count again and have another look at it, or abandon this count because it's stuffed up, or complete this count because it's actually true and correct what I counted. So I'm going to press complete, and I'm going to submit that. And then it's telling me, hey, look, you've got one of these that is out that's not right. This is where it's showing up saying there's a difference between where it's at, and just letting you know that there's one that was unmatched, 9, and you've got 19 that were matched out of 20. Pretty cool. And then you can create a file, generate a PDF, where you can download that and keep that for your own record. And I'll just download that for yourself. And then obviously I'll look at this when you bring in your piece of paper and your stock at the end. And then we have, I click on it, that's the download.